So if you or someone you know is going through a divorce and wondering how much equity they could walk away with, or if they're actually trying to buy out their spouse and so they can keep the home, you don't have to guess anymore. You can use our simplified divorce buyout calculator to get some clear answers in just a few seconds with just a couple inputs. So I'll quickly walk you through some of how this works. You just put in your home's value, what you think it's worth. You need help with that, and you can let us know. We would help you with that either through CMA, or we can order appraisal for you as part of the process. And then obviously put in your current mortgage balance. It'll show you how much equity is there. Obviously, we can't tap 100% of the home's equity if there's any separate property claims. But this basically shows you, hey, after some refinance fees, if we were able to tap 100%, this is how much money you would actually be able to walk away with. Unfortunately, we can never tap 100% of the home's equity, even if we are buying out or selling the home. So on the right side, I quickly have it like if you're looking to sell, because sometimes that is the safest option as when you're going through divorce, we'll just sell the home and split the equity. You can adjust the fees over here to be what you believe is going to be realistic. We always recommend considering setting up for about 8.5%. But you can see, okay, we'd each walk away with about $42,000 if we sold the home after fees. Just a quick estimate there. But really, here's what you're looking for. If you're looking to buy out your spouse at, say, 80% because you're doing some kind of cash out, or you're limiting the value to 80% of the home's value, this is the buyout amount at 80%. And then what we usually recommend is if you are going through a divorce and looking to tap the home's equity, you do a buyout using the oilty lien. This will allow you to tap up to 95% of the home's equity. And in this case, the equity share would be close to $42,000, which is pretty similar if you look at, the cost if they were to sell the home and split it. So we believe it's a very, fair way to judge the home's value and how much equity, the out spouse should be getting if they're not getting the home anymore. So these are defaulted shut, but you can open up, see how much new mortgage you would need to have, how much total mortgage you could get if you're tapping 95% of the home's equity, what that total PMI looks like, how much you need to make based on some inputs over here on the interest rate and your debts and income, how much equity is left in the home, and then obviously the 80% is not defaulted check, but you can check it off and say, okay, if I was going to tap the full 80%, what's the most mortgage I could get? And then how much mortgage do I need to buy out that share? Because obviously we're only going to give them their half, right? And roll in the fees. So we don't need to replace the 292 in this case. So sometimes clients usually fall somewhere in between one of these, depending on the situation, or maybe they're just sticking closer to 80%, but it's always nice to know that you can tap 95%. And that's the value we usually like to base the buyout amount on, because you usually can tap more the home's equity. But if you have any questions about this calculator, or you could just reach out to us at thegiftersgroup.net. And then obviously you can set up a call with us. We've helped over 400 couples walk through divorce personally. And so our goal is just to help people make informed decisions about all their real estate needs. So like and subscribe.